A lifelike stone horse, Sang-Easb, majestically stands in a misty glade of the Zagros Mountains, exuding an aura of mystery and timelessness as sunlight filters through the surrounding trees. In the heart of the Zagros Mountains, where the peaks rise like the backs of slumbering giants and the winds hum with the voices of forgotten eras, stands a lone sentinel, a stone horse of unimaginable grandeur. Its body, carved from a single slab of granite, bears the scars of time. Yet, there is an undeniable life to its form, as if the spirit of a great steed resides within. Known to locals as Sang-Easb, this enigmatic monument has inspired tales of heroism, sacrifice, and unbreakable bonds for centuries. A wanderer's quest. Arash, a wanderer in his early 30s, was known throughout the region as an avid seeker of the unknown. The legends surrounding Sang-Easb had always fascinated him. Whispers of its magical origins, the curse tied to its existence, and the mystery of its maker filled his heart with longing to uncover the truth. He prepared for the journey meticulously. His provisions included dried fruits, a waterskin, a journal, and his most trusted companion, a mule named Shahar. Before embarking, Arash visited elders in nearby villages, each of whom offered fragmented pieces of the tale. They spoke of battles, mystics, and a loyal warrior who had sacrificed everything. Each recounting only deepened Arash's resolve. The road to the mountains was unforgiving. For nearly a month, Arash traversed dense forests, where the air was thick with the scent of pine, and crossed barren valleys where the sun beat down mercilessly. The mountains loomed closer with every step, their jagged peaks cloaked in mist. Despite the challenges, Arash pressed on, driven by an almost magnetic pull toward the rumored location of the stone horse. One morning, as the first rays of sunlight filtered through the trees, Arash found himself standing before a hidden glade. The air was still, and a strange energy seemed to hum in the earth beneath his feet. There, bathed in the soft glow of dawn, stood Sang-Easb. Its sheer size and lifelike details left him breathless. Every curve of muscle, every strand of its stone mane, had been rendered with a precision that defied human craftsmanship. The guardian, Dariush, shares the legend of Sang-Easb by the campfire, as the mystical statue looms faintly in the background, shrouded in mist and mystery. As Arash approached the statue, he felt a presence. Emerging from the shadows of the trees was a frail yet commanding figure, a man draped in a simple brown cloak, with a weathered face and eyes that seemed to hold centuries of wisdom. "I am Dariush," the man said, his voice resonant despite his age. "The last keeper of Sang-Easb." Dariush explained that he had dedicated his life to preserving the story of the stone horse and protecting it from those who sought to exploit its power. Sitting by a crackling fire that evening, he began to share the legend. Centuries ago, Dariush began, this land was ruled by Shah Khorshid, a benevolent king whose reign was threatened by Zaman the Conqueror, a warlord from the east. Zaman's forces were ruthless, and their march toward the capital seemed unstoppable. The Shah, desperate to defend his people, turned to Soraya, a mystic known for her ability to commune with the divine. Soraya's creation. Soraya's solution was unorthodox and fraught with danger. She proposed the creation of a steed forged from living stone, imbued with the spirit of the earth itself. Such a creature, she warned, will possess immense power, but it will require a human soul to guide it. The bond will be eternal. The Shah's court was divided, but Bahram, the kingdom's most loyal general, stepped forward. For the safety of the realm, Bahram declared, "I offer my life." Soraya began her work at the sacred mountain of Albers. For weeks, she chanted incantations, weaving the forces of nature into the stone. The result was breathtaking. A stallion of unparalleled beauty and strength, its obsidian-like mane shimmering even in darkness. Bahram, through a ritual, bonded with the creature, becoming its heart and soul. The stone horse, Sang-Easb, charges into battle on the Tishtar plain, rallying Shah Khorshid's forces and striking terror into the hearts of the enemy beneath stormy skies. The decisive battle between Shah Khorshid's forces and Zaman's army took place on the Tishtar plain. The sight of Sang-Easb, with Bahram astride it, sent shockwaves through the enemy ranks. The stone steed galloped with a thunderous force that shook the earth, its mere presence inspiring courage among the Shah's soldiers and despair among Zaman's. For days, the battle raged. Sang-Easb turned the tide, its hooves breaking shields and scattering enemies like leaves. Victory was finally achieved, but at a tremendous cost. As the last of Zaman's forces fled, Bahram and the horse stood motionless. Their connection had consumed them both, their bond too powerful for mortal flesh to endure. Soraya, overcome with grief, cast a spell to preserve them, turning both Bahram and the stallion into a statue. It was her way of honoring their sacrifice and ensuring that their story would live on for generations. Arash experiences a mystical vision of Bahram and Suraya, their spirits intertwined with the legacy of Sang-Easb, glowing symbols illuminating the moonlit scene. Dariush leaned closer to Arash as the fire crackled low. But the story does not end there, he said. The spell was imperfect. Bahram's spirit remains tethered to the horse, unable to rest. The statue is both a monument and a prison. He handed Arash an amulet, its surface etched with symbols. This was left by Suraya. It holds the key to understanding the stone horse. Many have tried to use it, but none have succeeded. Their intentions were impure, driven by greed or ambition. Arash spent weeks studying the amulet, tracing its intricate carvings and meditating near the statue. He began to hear whispers, not words, but feelings, emanating from the stone horse. It was a call for understanding, for freedom that did not undo the sacrifice. The vision. One moonlit night, as Arash meditated, the amulet began to glow. A vision enveloped him. He saw Bahram, clad in armor but with a weary expression. Beside him stood Suraya, her face etched with sorrow. Free us, Bahram's voice echoed, but not at the cost of our sacrifice. Let our story endure, and let the land remain protected. Arash understood then that breaking the curse was not the answer. Instead, he vowed to preserve their tale, ensuring that their sacrifice would never be forgotten. Children played joyfully near the stone horse, Sang-Easb, its once sorrowful eyes now radiating quiet contentment amidst a vibrant, sunlit glade. Years passed, and Arash became a storyteller, traveling far and wide to share the legend of the stone horse. He described its beauty, its power, and the profound bond between Bahram and Sang-Easb. One day, as an old man, Arash returned to the glade. To his surprise, he found a group of children playing near the statue. Their laughter filled the air, and the once heavy aura around the stone horse seemed lighter, almost content. The legacy of Sang-Easb had transcended time, becoming a beacon of courage, unity, and the enduring spirit of humanity's connection to the natural world.